Hey, what's up, folks? It's me, Sonny T, with another podcast for marketers, exclusive. And today, we're going to be talking about how to make money when you ain't got none. But before we do, catch me on SoundCloud at Sonny-T-1 funnelhackerpro.com. You can catch me there all day, every day. Good group of people there in the group. Come through. Instagram, Stealthy Millionaire. YouTube, Podcast for Marketers. Billionaire Vids on Snapchat. Without the S, Billionaire Vid on Twitter. Podcastformarketers.com. I have a free MP3 player telling you how to start your free social media marketing agency. You got to pay for your fucking shipping and smash that thumbs up, man, if you like this video, and fucking subscribe. You know, I was talking to, if you like this content, talking to John the other day, and you guys really are chinchy with that damn thumbs up and chinchy with the damn subscribe and boom. And you're chinchy with all it. And what I'm calling it is social currency. Right? That's what that thumbs up and that's what the subscribing is. It's social currency. Why are you stingy with it, right? You can unsubscribe if you want to. You can click the little thumbs off if you want to. You know, it's like if you haven't supported me and you really like my content, but you're one of the lurker dudes that just doesn't click the like button, I want to let you know that is social currency for me, right? So if you want to give back and pay it forward just a little bit, click that fucking smash that fucking thumbs up, man. One time. Yeah, you smash that motherfucking thing. Break your fucking mouse just one time. All right, man. Let's get down to it. Today, if you have money, all right, beat it, because this isn't for you, right? But I get this all the time, and I could talk about this forever, right? Because, and I'm kind of guilty for clowning, right? But it's how to start a business with no money. I need dollars is what I need. Hey, right? Nothing. You don't have these greenbacks, right? And this is a rough one to do, right? But what is, like everybody doesn't have $50,000 to get started with. Everybody doesn't have $20,000 to get started with. Some of us were fortunate enough to have some type of trust fund. I won't mention anybody's names, but some people I know are fortunate enough to have rich parents, all kind of shit. I'm just not going to mention any fucking names, but you know who you are out there. And some of us are flat ass broke, right? Some of us are broke and we don't have a dime, right? And we still want to start business. And for some places, like in some countries, there's no way out. And I get that, right? And some of you guys are listening right now very attentively, like, come on, Sonny, get to it. I know you got something good for me. And some of us just flat out are in a bad situation. We've had a bad patch. Some people come to me, man, and they're just like, man, listen, my kids are sick, or I lost my job, or, I'm in college and I'm in debt and I can't even finish college. All kind of shit. So, first of all, I always say this: what is your superpower? Okay. Now, my wife asked me before this, like, what about somebody that has money and they don't really know what their superpower is, and how do you find that? And how would you suggest they go about trying to start a business themselves? And my answer to her was, fuck off, you got money. So no, it wasn't really. It was that you should, if you feel like you would do it for free and it could help somebody, okay? Or you feel like, hey man, I really love doing something that much, then that's going to be your superpower, right? And then just start doing shit that you might think you want to do, right? So I don't know. Let's just say, for instance, you decided to say, hey, man, I want to be a fucking DJ, right? I think that's my superpower. But you really suck. You're not that good at it. Or you realize it's just too much fucking work. I don't like it. That means that that's not for you, okay? So, like, for me, working on the radio, right? Would I do that for free? Absolutely, right? Every day, all day. I'll work here for free for you guys. Don't give a fuck. I'll do it every fucking day. I'll day in and day out. I will sit here and talk to you fuckers for hours at a time because I love doing it. And I don't care whether I'm getting paid or not. Clearly, because you guys won't even click the fucking thumbs up button, right? I can't even get social currency from you guys, right? So figure out what it is you do. Oh, I'll be a DJ. Well, that's too much work. I don't like it. Well, that's not what you need to do. Go work for radio for a while. If that doesn't work for you, well, fuck. Start playing playing the drums, right? Play the drums. My wife's nephew is like an awesome dude. He's in a marching band and he's on the whole drumline thing. The dude is awesome, right? And he likes doing that shit, right? And he's doing it for fucking free, so that's probably his fucking superpower, you think? So teaching other people how to do it, if you like it, would be something to do. But that's not where we're going to end here. Because not everybody wants to be a teacher. Not everybody wants to build a fucking funnel, Sonny, right? I don't know why, but, you know, it's just the truth. So what I wanted to tell you guys to do, and this is what I've done when I've had no money, and I talk a lot of shit about people. I said, man, it's stupid to try to start a business with no money, but every business I've ever started, I started with $0. Every one of them, man. And it just kind of occurred to me, how do I do that, right? And so what I want to talk to you guys is, like, you guys are, what most of you guys are doing is, you know, this whole social media marketing agency thing, and you're taking a service, right? Fuck, service even, Sonny. You're taking a service that perhaps that this business owner may not need or want, right? So you're becoming, you know, not you're becoming a liability, aren't you? You know, it's like, you know, fuck off. I don't want that. And they're going to automatically do that because you're asking for money, okay? So what I want you to do, and this is you on this side, and this is the business on this side. What I want you to do is get over here on the side with the business and look at these guys with the business, okay? So I want you to become a fiduciary of the business. In other words, kind of like a free consultant, but not, right? Consultants are still on this side, right? Because you're asking for money. How can you come on this side with the business and look at everybody else and make them money, right? But without asking them for any. How can you do that, right? Well, that comes in sales, doesn't it? Now, if you ask a business if they need more sales, no one's going to tell you no, ever. All right? So, first off, in this gig that I'm about to tell you about, and I wanted to talk to you about today, you're never going to get told no from the business owner, okay? So that's the first thing I want you to do. So now it's the business and you juntos, right? Together. And you're going to work out to try to get these. All right? That's your goal, is to get more greenbacks, all right? So now how do you do this, right? Well, the business is not you. That's not you, right? What does that mean? It's the business plus sales. Where you're like, Sonny, you're not telling me anything new. Well, wait a minute, because I'm going to tell you how to do it without going to sit at a desk and calling, because we all know you want to work on your own. So, the first thing I want you to do is look in your local area network. And I've touched on this very briefly in other videos, but I wanted to talk about it a little bit more in depth today. So, I used one thing, and I forget how you spell it. It's Bresse, B-R-E-S-S-E, I believe. Is that how you spell that? You guys will fucking figure it out. All right, so it's Bresse Chickens. There's a place here in France, and it's in Burgundy, France. And they've got these special chickens called, Google them, man. They're actually really pretty birds. And they have purple legs, I believe, right? Don't they have purple legs? But they're special chickens. And they cost a shitload of money, dude. Like, I think it's like $60 a chicken. Okay? Now, you might be asking me, Sonny, what the fuck does that have to do with us? Well, if you live in Bresse, you live in your niche. And you guys always hear me say this all the time. You're living in your niche. There's something around you somewhere that people want. Okay? So I'll give you an example. If you live in the northern eastern part of the United States, what do they have? Anybody? Can anybody tell me? What do people have in the northern United States of America that everybody wants all over the world? Can anybody tell me? Anyone? Lobsters. Okay? Oh, okay. So they have lobsters, okay? I'm going to give you another example. I had a girlfriend that lived on Guadalupe Island, and her dad had 60 acres of pineapples. And they were organic pineapples. He knew how to grow it with no pesticides or anything like that. He mixed the shit up special, right? Yeah, they got purple legs. Okay. They're really good looking. They are the epitome of chicken, right? And so those chickens are another one. Those pineapples are another one. Okay. Now, the lobsters are obvious, dude. Now, so you get on the side of the lobster guy. Now, I'm going to tell you, these lobsters right here and these organic pineapples and these chickens all made money. And what do you do if you have something like this in your area? And remember, you're working with no money, right? But remember, you're putting yourself on the side of the lobster guy. So you're built-in work. You automatically have work. I wanted to tell you that right now. You automatically, when you go to the lobster guy and say, hey, man, I've got a guy in, and I'm going to tell you a good place to sell lobsters to right now, if you can get lobsters. And that's Las Vegas, okay? They always have lobster dinners and shit like that, and most of the restaurants have to fly them in. Any place on the West Coast, they don't get those northeastern lobsters, and they fly them in from Maine. If you can get fucking lobsters, all you got to do is make a shitload of phone calls in Hotel fucking City, right? And when do you want to do it? Right, let's just be realistic. When do you want to do it? When do you want to call over there? Anybody know? Can anybody raise their hand and tell me, when do you want to call? Convention season. All right. We know that they're full. We know that everybody's full to capacity. Everybody's like the CES conventions and all these electronic conventions that they have, they're full, right? But don't call during the fucking conventions. What do? You go back 3 months. All right. And you give them a call and say, hey, man, I got a shitload of lobsters. I know you're going to need them for this convention season that's coming up. I'm stocked chock full of fucking lobsters. I got them coming out of my ears. I'm down here with the captains every fucking day. I can fly them out fresh, package them up, blah, 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 blah. Get on the fucking phones, man. Crash the phones. Now, let me explain something to you. Who are you going to talk to? You're going to talk to the food even, Sonny. Jesus. You're going to talk to the food and beverage director. All right. And he's going to want to talk to you. When you're talking about, you're not going to talk directly to the chef. Yeah, just the executive chef. No. You talk to the food and beverage director, and he's going to want to talk to you. I'll give you another example of talking to a food and beverage director, right? And this was a personal story. So I'm in Cancun in 1995. So no, something like that. Anyways, so I had an act. His name is Barry. All right, and I knew a food and beverage director at the Ritz-Carlton Hotel. Okay, and I knew that Barry would do dinner shows for like, I think then it was something like $5,000 for a night. Okay, I got 20% of that. So all I had to do was talk to the food and beverage director, put together a menu where they could sell something to to their group of people. They would charge $100 per person. We also got 50% of any alcohol and beverage sales, like champagne or whatever, because it was a champagne dinner night. So we got 50% of that on top of the 20%. Now, what did I do? I had zero money. I walked in to the food and beverage guy's office and said, hey, man, I'd like to talk to you. I've got this commodity that I know they need, right? They need entertainment for their guest. I've got this commodity. I've got Barry. And I say, hey, man, listen, I'd like to do a dinner show with you guys. Let's just start it off with one show for the first one. And after that, I can commit to 2 a week for the season, right? For 3 months for the high season, I can do 2 a week. And here's what we need, right? So we're going to scratch the $5,000. How about we just go 50-50 on everything right here? And then what did he do? He was like, hey, well, listen, man, I tell you what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the ads. We're going to run ads on all the TV channels inside the hotel and put flyers in every room to make sure people come down there. It was built-in money for me. Built in, right? Because I went and talked to the food and beverage director. They want to talk to you, right? So now let's recap really quickly. When you're trying to do business and you have no money, don't offer a service to the business, because remember, it's you against them at that point. You know, you're over here and they're like, fuck off. We don't want you. You get over here with them and give them something, bring something to the table. And sales is what they need. Now, here's the thing, guys. This is what's beautiful about this entire situation here. You don't have to go pick a loser. So I was talking to a guy on the phone or yesterday. I did a call with a guy, and he had this bar owner that was a total fucking loser dickhead that didn't even want to give away $1 beer night, right, on Facebook to try to get more asses in the seats. He didn't want to give away $1 beer? Dude, or $1 off the beer even. You're a fucking loser. Well, here's the thing. Because he was paying this guy for the services, he was being a dick. When you're saying, I'm going to bring more asses to the seats, or whatever it is, you don't have to deal with losers. You can tell them to fuck off, because you're the commodity. You're saying, hey, man, I'm going to sell more lobsters. All right? Now, let me give you the example of somebody that has a superpower. So let's just say you're a health nut, okay? No offense to health nuts, man. I don't know why I'm saying that. No offense if you're a health nut. I'm sorry. Well, I'll keep saying health nut. So there's nothing wrong with that, right? So you're a healthy guy. I need to be healthy, as a matter of fact. Come help me, see? All right, so now look. So you're into fitness, right? I'm into fitness too. You know that joke that's going around, right? Fitness food in my mouth. So you're into hell. How can you, because you said you would do it for free. You love it so much. You probably go work out every day, right? And you're jogging and running every day. How can you take those services and take them somewhere and offer them to companies without, this is your homework, without getting paid, okay? That's what you need to find out. And how can you become a company's fiduciary with having a health services, okay? Offer those services to a company without getting paid, but getting paid some kind of way. How can we do that? I'm going to tell you. I'm going to let you guys try to figure that one out. Come to the group at funnelhackerpro.com and talk about it. And then maybe I'll let you guys know. But there's a way that you can offer your services to a company without asking them for money, but eventually getting some money, right? And I'm pretty sure you guys can figure that out, okay? But those are some of your superpowers that you can do when you do have a superpower, okay? Now, let's recap really quickly, and then I'm going to tell you guys to beat it, okay? We're going to have a coffee break. Not yet. Not yet. Not yet. I can hit you with the bam. Not that either. Hold on. So anyway, I'll tell you about the pineapples really quickly, right? Can I draw a pineapple? Can I draw a pineapple? Something like that. Well, that's close. That looks like a pineapple. That looks like a pineapple right there. All right, so now I had these pineapples. Yeah, we got to have the fucking artist come over and take a look. That's a pineapple. That's a pineapple, isn't it? All right, so obviously that's not my fucking superpower. So I had these pineapples, right? And I bullshit you not, all I did is I went to Alibaba. And I looked for people that were needed organic pineapples. And for whatever reason, people in the Middle East wanted organic pineapples. They wanted to make sure that they were certified organic pineapples, and they wanted to buy the container loads. And my only guess was, like in Dubai and places like that, again, the hotels, service areas, they needed fresh fruit, right? This is shit you never think of. So, remember, this is my girlfriend's dad. All I did, instead of trying to offer him something like for his pineapple crop, like, hey, I got a special fertilizer, or let me be your social media marketing agency. And he's like, what? Fuck out of here. Right? It's true. Instead of me doing that, I got on his side and said, hey, man, listen. Because he didn't even like give a fuck about the whole pineapple thing. He didn't care either. He's like, he sold them in town to like the local people that, you know, it's an island. So people chop up pineapples and sell them to each other all day, right? And he didn't care about going international. I'm like, well, fuck, man, I can really make some money for your dad. So I just got on his side, right? It was me and him against the world. And I took him to Alibaba and we sold fucking truckloads of fucking pineapples, man. I found them. Just one search, dude, I promise you. It was one search. Go look on Alibaba right now, man. One search on Alibaba, and I sold fucking pineapples, right? All right, so now, one last piece of game for you guys that have absolutely no money. I'm erasing my pineapple. I'm so sad right now. Okay, so now, there's one business that you guys have absolutely no idea about. It seems like it. Some of you do and some of you don't. And I want to tell you, this is for native English speakers. And yeah, if you can get a trip, right? If you're white, and I hate to say this, but it's just true, and, you know, talk about it later amongst yourselves. But if you can get a trip to Japan or China and the Middle East, those fuckers pay really good money. But there's a caveat about the Middle East, and no, it's not about getting blown up or anything. It's just that you need a degree, okay? With the Japan and China, you can get away. Well, Japan kind of wants a degree too, but you can get away with just having your ESL certificate, right? And go to like, it's like ESL.com or some shit, dude, and there's a total list. And here you can get paid $5,000 a month to teach English, right? In Japan and China, you're going to make $2,500 a month, man, plus accommodations all day long. And you can go stack up your money. And I got tons of homeboys, man, that just go over there and they'll stay for 6 months and come out banked up, right? Teaching English is a way to get your ass in right now if you're a native English speaker, okay? If you can get your ass a ticket. Now, if you have a degree and you're qualified, all of these places will pay for your fucking ticket. They'll fly you in, right? So if you are in dire need of money, you're totally broke, and you didn't know this, go search it right now. It's like Dave's ESLcafe.com or something like that. Google that shit. I'm telling you. I've done it myself. I went to Thailand and taught. Now, because I'm black and, I had a hard problem with, the whole, like, in Japan and China, they won't hire you. Well, China's better now. They will hire you. But in Japan, you're going to have to work out in the countryside. But I went to Thailand, and this was a long time ago. This was when I was in college. And I made $1,700 a month. Okay? Easy money. I was out in the countryside too, though, out in the farmland teaching English, right? So if you're black, you can still teach, but like you're not going to go like in the major city and teach. You're going to be out in the country teaching, right? So China's the same way. You're probably not going to be right in Beijing teaching. You'll be in some small little farm town, but you're still going to make this $2,500. Now, here's the thing. You're going to make that $2,500, right, a month for teaching English. But what happens is you get private coaching students, just like everybody's doing private coaching online, how you can call me and I'll do a coaching session with you. Well, you get the same thing. The upscale Chinese and Japanese want their kids to have a better education, so they pay you to come by on Saturdays and Sundays and do weekend classes, and you'll get an extra $500 bump every weekend for doing that. So now you just took your pay up to $5,000. Something like that. Just do the fucking math, but that's how it works. Okay? Now, once you get good at it, if you decide to stay, everybody opens their own school. Okay? And if you open your own school, the sky's the limit. That's it. And there's billions of people over there. You already know this. Billions. And they all want to learn how to speak English. So there are not enough English speakers in China. So yes, you can go. No, it's not burnt out. Take your ass over there. Go to work. If you need some money and you're a native English speaker, take your ass over there right now. Go to, I'm telling you, I believe it's Dave's ESL Cafe. And taking that English, don't be scared about any of the fucking the shit, man. Go over there. You don't need a degree. Even the whole English as a second language test that you got to take, it's easy. Go do it and go get your money and then come back and start your online business. So that's been my presentation on how to start a business with absolutely no money. Coffee break.